In this video, we're going to be reviewing the Kali Audio IN-5 studio monitors. These speakers currently retail for $349 each, or around $700 for the pair. They're available in two color options, black or white, and in the box, you'll get the monitor, a power cable, and a startup guide. So why did I upgrade to the IN-5s? For many years, I was using the Kali Audio LP6s, which is their budget line of monitors. They served me very well, and it's what I used to mix all of the music that I released to Spotify. However, to my pleasant surprise, their company actually reached out to me to say thank you for showcasing those monitors in every single one of my videos. They also asked if I wanted an upgrade, and of course, I said yes. So today, I want to go over some of the main features of the IN-5s, who do I think they're for, and also highlight some of the key differences between them and the LP6s. First, let's talk about why you should even consider investing in a pair of studio monitors. Like many of us, chances are that you started recording and mixing using headphones, and if that's where you're at right now, that's completely fine. A lot of successful producers do it this way. However, one major drawback to only mixing in headphones is that since the music is being shoved straight into your ear, you're not really gonna get a sense of how it's going to interact in an outside environment. And what happens a lot of the times is even though your song may sound great in your headphones, as soon as you listen to it in another source, let's say the inside of your car, the mix just falls flat and you get disappointed. This has nothing to do with how talented you are or your skill level. Most likely it's due to the fact that those headphones just color the sound by hyping certain frequencies, usually in the low end, and so it tricked you to think that your music sounds better than it actually does. This is exactly why most producers and mixing engineers also use a pair of reliable studio monitors. And if there's one thing that Kali Audio is known for, is that they make extremely accurate speakers. Going over the specs, the IN-5 is a three-way speaker with a 5-inch woofer, a 4-inch mid-range, and a 1-inch tweeter that's supposed to give you much more clarity and lower self-distortion overall. And the biggest advantage of having a three-way speaker as opposed to a two-way monitor like the LP6s is that basically the mid-range is going to take work away from both the woofer and the tweeter, and so it's going to give you much more separation and clarity, which will allow you to hear every single element in your mix against each other in much greater detail. These also have a front-facing port tube, which is great because you're going to be able to place the monitors right up to a wall, and you're not going to get any thumping unlike other monitors. The IN-5s also have a max SPL level, which is more than enough if you're working in a small to medium size room. On the back, it has three types of connections: RCA, TRS, and XLR, which is how I'm connecting them to my audio interface. But the coolest feature about Kali Audio monitors is that they all come with placement charts. So all you have to do is place your monitors in your room, look at the charts, and then change the EQ switches, and that will give you a very flat and accurate response out of the monitors. Ultimately, this is going to ensure that what you're hearing is an accurate representation of the audio you recorded, and most importantly, it's going to ensure that your mixes translate well regardless of where you listen to them. So after using them for over a month, what are my overall thoughts and who would I recommend them to? Before I share them with you, if you enjoyed this type of content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Starting with the pros is the sound. In my humble opinion, these are definitely a step up from the LP6s, and I think due to their three-way design, I'm hearing much more clarity and separation from the lows to the mids, and especially in the high end when I was mixing vocals. These monitors are not going to color your sound, and so if there's something that sounds harsh, they're going to let you know, which is definitely a plus because this way you're going to be able to fix it before exporting your song. Another pro is how accurate these are and how easy it is to set them up. Kali Audio really did the research for us, and so you don't need to be an audio engineer or know anything about sound design. All you have to do is place the monitors in your room, look at the charts, and then change the switches, and you're pretty much set to go. For the past month or so, every single sound sample and recording that I've made here for the channel have all been mixed through these monitors, and I'm very happy to say that my mix is translated very well, regardless if I was listening to it on my phone, my AirPods, or the inside of my car. But by far, the biggest upgrade that I noticed coming from the LP6s is that the IN-5s have a 12 decibel reduction of self-noise, which basically means that they're practically silent. The biggest complaint that I had with the LP6's first generation is that I could hear this tss this hissing sound whenever I was using my computer to just browse the internet, and especially when I was doing intensive tasks like video editing. This got extremely annoying to the point that I would have to leave them turned off most of the time and only use them for music production, which is not ideal. Thankfully though, this is not an issue at all with the IN-5s. I've left these speakers turned on 24/7 for over a month now and never heard any noise, so this alone, in my humble opinion, is worth the upgrade. Now let's talk about the cons. To be honest with you, I really don't have much to say here. Pretty much everything that I wanted to improve from the LP6s, the Independent series has done so. The only thing I would say is that $700 is not cheap. This is an investment, and so if you are brand new to recording and you're looking for your first pair of studio monitors, I would still recommend the LP6s because those are great. They worked for me for many years. Just make sure that you get the second wave or second generation, because according to some comments that I read on the internet, the hissing issue was resolved. Unfortunately, I can't test that because I own the first generation, but it is something worth mentioning. But overall, I think the Kali Audio IN-5s are an excellent sounding pair of monitors. They're extremely accurate and very easy to set up. So if you've been mixing on a pair of $200 to $400 monitors, but you feel like your mixes are not translating well, then in my humble opinion, I do think it's worth the upgrade, and I would 100% recommend it for musicians, music producers, and mixing engineers. If you want to buy these, the link is down in the description below. And if you also want to learn how to master your music before you release it to streaming platforms, make sure to click on this video, and I'll teach you how to do so using only one plugin.